Good day, students. Welcome again to an exciting educational video today. This is Dr. Luisito Masanga at your service. Thank you very much to those students from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who are faithfully and consistently watching my educational video. A warm round of applause to all of you. Okay, our topic for today is an application of all the probability sampling techniques that we learned in the application of Slovin's formula to get the sample size from the population or subject universe. Our learning outcomes for today, at the end of the tutorial video, students will be able to use the different probability sampling techniques, especially the interval and simple random sampling, the use of cluster sampling, and the use of stratified random sampling. And we are going to apply again Slovin's formula in order to get the sample size of our population. The research problem is that you are going to conduct a research and the topic is about the influence of social media with Filipino family values as creative handle. Your instructions is you are going to conduct that research in one of the Class A subdivision somewhere in the southern sector of Metro Manila. There are 1,485 households and the margin of error or error of tolerance is set at 8%. You are also given a copy of the village homeowners directory with the instruction that you are going to use probability sampling, especially or specifically interval sampling in identifying respondents to your survey. Assume a pre-designated starting point of 16 and an interval of 3. It is already pre-drawn that phase 3 of the village, which consists of 75 households, is to be the area of focus. That is our research problem. The first thing to do is to define the population in the case. Here, it is not the 1,485 household, but rather we have to, our capital N, the population is equivalent to 75 households. All right? And we will determine the sample size using Slovin's formula. And here, it is clearly known that our margin of error is set at 8%. So meaning to say, our statistical confidence level is 92%. All right. So now, let us begin our computation. So using Slovin's formula, our capital N is 75. So this one is 75. And our margin of error is set at 8%. So that will be 0.08. So first, we process this one. So we give 0.0064. And then we multiply 75 by 0.0064 gives us 0.48. And then we add 1 plus 0.48 gives us 1.48. And then we finally divide the numerator, 75 divided by 1.48 gives us 50.67, round off gives us 51 as our sample size. Using Slovin's formula, having a margin of error of 8% and with a statistical confidence of 92%. All right. However, there is an instruction that the interval sampling is going to be after the 16th of that person, and then the interval is every 3. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we start at Muñoz, and then interval of 3, 1, 2, 3, we have Placido, 1, 2, 3, we have Santos, so forth and so on until we get 51 sample size. So these names were given in the directory of the Homeowners Association. So this, how did we apply cluster sampling? The cluster sampling was applied to phase 3. There are a lot of phases in that subdivision. Actually, there are 5. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, 4, and 5. So we did the cluster sampling in phase 3. Now we will do the stratified sampling technique. Okay. So there are 5 streets in phase 3. We will get the total population of each of the street, and then we will compute the sample size based on the percentage population of each street. So here is the street 1, street 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the number of households in street 1, so forth and so on. So we add all of those, gives us 75. We divide 18 by 75 gives us 24%. 17 divided by 75 gives us 23%, so forth and so on. Now, you have two options here. It's either you use all of these 18 as your sample size, or 75, you use all of the 75 as your sample size, or the second option, you use again the number that we got from Slovin's formula, which is 51. So, if we have 51, we get 24% of 51 gives us 12 sample size in street number 1. 23% of 51 gives us again 12. 11 in street number 3, street number 4, and street number 5. So, the total of the sample size is 51. Same also with the Slovin's formula sample size that we got from the interval and simple random sampling. So this is how you process your stratified sampling technique. So that ends up my video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you also for subscribing, sharing, and liking the channel. Till next time, always keep safe. Thank you very much.